Topic explains the principles, benefits, and challenges of international trade and its importance to global economic development. International trade refers to the exchange of goods and services across national borders, allowing countries to specialize in producing goods where they hold comparative advantages. Through specialization and exchange, countries can increase total production, improve efficiency, and enhance overall economic welfare. Trade also expands consumer choice by providing access to a wider variety of products and services. Because modern economies are highly interconnected, international trade strongly influences employment, inflation, corporate profitability, exchange rates, and investment performance across financial markets worldwide. A central concept in the topic is comparative advantage, which occurs when a country can produce a good at a lower opportunity cost than another country. Even if one nation is more efficient in producing all goods, trade can still benefit both countries if each specializes according to relative efficiency differences. Specialization allows resources to be allocated more efficiently, increasing total output and economic welfare. Countries then trade for products they produce less efficiently. Comparative advantage may arise from differences in natural resources, labor skills, technology, or capital availability. Investors and analysts monitor comparative advantages because they influence trade balances, industry competitiveness, economic growth patterns, and long-term investment opportunities across global markets. The topic also highlights additional gains from trade beyond comparative advantage. International trade encourages economies of scale by allowing firms to serve larger global markets, reducing average production costs and improving efficiency. Increased competition from foreign producers pressures domestic firms to innovate, improve quality, and reduce prices, benefiting consumers. Trade also increases product variety by giving consumers access to goods and services unavailable domestically. Global trade integration can promote technology transfer, knowledge sharing, and productivity growth. These benefits contribute to higher living standards and stronger economic development over time. Investors often favor economies with open trade policies because they tend to support productivity, corporate growth, and long-term economic expansion. Despite its benefits, international trade also creates adjustment costs and economic challenges. Industries facing foreign competition may lose market share, leading to lower profits, business closures, and job losses. Workers displaced from declining sectors may require retraining before transitioning into expanding industries, increasing short-term unemployment. Some critics argue that trade liberalization may contribute to income inequality if gains are distributed unevenly across society. Governments may therefore face political pressure to protect domestic industries and employment. While the program emphasizes that overall gains from trade generally exceed the costs, it also recognizes that the transition process can create significant social and economic disruption for affected workers and regions. The program explains several types of trade restrictions used by governments to protect domestic industries or pursue strategic objectives. Tariffs are taxes imposed on imported goods, increasing their prices and reducing import demand. Quotas directly limit the quantity of imports allowed into a country. Domestic content requirements mandate that a portion of production inputs originate locally, while voluntary export restraints involve exporting countries limiting shipments to avoid harsher restrictions. These measures generally increase prices for consumers while benefiting domestic producers through reduced foreign competition. However, trade restrictions may also reduce economic efficiency, increase costs, and provoke retaliatory measures from trading partners, potentially weakening global trade relationships and economic growth. Topic also examines restrictions on international capital flows and foreign investment. Governments may prohibit or limit foreign ownership in certain industries, tax foreign investment income, or restrict the repatriation of profits earned by foreign companies. Such controls are often implemented to protect strategic sectors, maintain financial stability, or manage exchange rates. However, restrictions on capital movement may discourage investment, reduce access to financing, and limit economic growth. Investors carefully evaluate a country's openness to foreign capital because regulatory barriers and political uncertainty can significantly affect investment risk, market liquidity, and long-term return potential in emerging and developed economies alike. The topic further discusses different forms of regional trade agreements designed to facilitate economic cooperation. A free trade area removes trade barriers among member countries while allowing independent external trade policies. A customs union adds a common external tariff structure for non-members. A common market also permits the free movement of labor and capital across member nations. An economic union extends integration further by coordinating economic policies and institutions, while a monetary union introduces a shared currency. These arrangements increase trade efficiency, economic integration, and market access among participating countries. Analysts monitor trade agreements because they influence supply chains, investment flows, currency stability, and multinational corporate strategies. Overall, topic demonstrates how international trade shapes economic growth, market efficiency, and global investment opportunities. Comparative advantage, specialization, economies of scale, and increased competition generate significant long-term benefits for countries participating in global trade networks. However, trade liberalization can also create adjustment challenges, political tensions, and distributional concerns requiring careful policy management. Governments use tariffs, quotas, capital controls, and trade agreements to influence international economic relationships and protect domestic interests. For CFA candidates, understanding international trade is essential because trade dynamics directly affect corporate profitability, exchange rates, inflation, economic growth, and geopolitical relationships. Strong trade analysis therefore supports better macroeconomic forecasting, sector evaluation, and global portfolio management decisions.